Okay, so this was just brought to my attention on CNN, where the woke narrative was somewhat broken again, showing that a massive chunk of it is just anti-America, anti-white, no shocker there. So I'm gonna jump around a little bit in this article because it's pretty long and I don't want like a 30-minute video, but this is the dumbest article from CNN in the last hour. She packed her bags, quit her job in law enforcement, and moved to Mexico after George Floyd's death. Okay. Demetria Brown knew the exact moment she decided she had to do it. I don't know why I read that as Dementia Brown first. Okay. She'd watched a video of George Floyd pinned under the officer's knee and saying he couldn't breathe as he begged for his life. She sobbed as she played it over and over. I wonder if she watched the new body cam footage. Something tells me no.
That's an important piece of information, man. Yeah.
On June 1st, a week after Floyd's death, she quit her job as a detention officer for the Los Angeles County Prohibition Department. In the midst of the global coronavirus pandemic, she sold her house, stuffed her belongings into 13 duffel bags, and relocated to Puerto Vallarta on Mexico's Pacific coast. Oh my god, I botched that. Brown, 42, is one of many African Americans leaving the United States permanently for many reasons, including racism and fear of police brutality. Wow. So you move to the second most violent country in the world, where the police and the government are the cartels, where there's literally bodies in the street and nobody does anything. Where the cartels can literally assassinate political officials that speak out against them in broad daylight, and the cops are like, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know who that was. But of course CNN doesn't bring that up. But here, let's look at this. Let's look at how woke and aware this bougie motherfucker is. Watching the video, my heart broke and sank all at the same time, Brown says. That video served as my final confirmation that what I was doing is the best thing for my life, that departing the United States and nothing of value was lost. It's a phenomenon dubbed Blaxit. Yeah, that's not a catchy name. African Americans have been moving from the United States for years, a phenomenon dubbed Blaxit that's getting renewed attention as the nation confronts its history of racism after Floyd's death. Hey, for those woke people who do say we should go back to Africa, go back to our home, and they actually do it, okay, respect. At least you put your money where your mouth is, so, respect for that. Now here's something that I found interesting. While there are no official statistics on how many have left the country, black people have turned to social media to get insight from those who've relocated, especially to African and Caribbean nations, where some say they feel safer as part of a majority. Okay, and this is something I've seen from a lot of Black Lives Matter people who always go, we need black-only spaces. They want segregated black-only spaces to feel safe. And I'm sitting there thinking, how does nobody point out that you must be a huge racist to think that? Look, I'm from these areas, and if you throw me in a room with a room full of niggas, I don't feel very safe. I don't mean black people, I mean niggas. You know the Chris Rock joke. I love black people, but I hate niggas.
Hey, I love black people, but I hate niggas, boy. Okay? When I go to the money machine tonight, right? I ain't looking over my back for the media. I'm looking for niggas.
Well, imagine telling that joke now. Here's where the narrative breaks. So I'm going to jump to 3 parts of this article where she blows a huge hole in her narrative, her own narrative, proving that she is just racist against white people. And that this whole new racism movement, that's all it is. Alright, check it. Following her heart and living without fear of racism meant moving to the resort town. Resort town? Of course Mexico feels safe when you're in the resort town. Why don't you go around the other parts of Mexico? Don't actually do that, you will get hurt or killed, and I don't want that. But that's like going to the nice resorts in the Dominican Republic and then going, Haiti's great! Okay, now let's jump ahead a little bit. This is the damning part. Look at this. She calls the move the best decision she's ever made. While Mexico is not perfect and has its own problems, understatement, she says that she's never encouraged any racism in the tourist destination. Okay, stop. That just broke your racism narrative. I thought racism was power plus privilege. So how is there no racism, or you haven't experienced any racism in Mexico, where the power and the privilege is held by Mexicans? That doesn't make sense. So now we switch back to the old version of racism, Which is only proving the point that the racism only exists when it's white people doing it. Because by the same definition, as soon as it's in another country, I don't see any racism. What are you talking about? You fucking fraud. Get the fuck out of here. And I see this in a lot of people. I've asked this question before. I go in African countries that are garbage. Are Africans the racists? Because they have the power and the privilege, and in some areas they prosecute whites. And I have not gotten a single progressive I've talked to say yes. Not a single one. But I have had two I've spoken to say the Black Hebrew Israelites are not racist because of the new definition of racism. Think of how stupid that is. People who literally say, we need to kill white people. On the basis of their race. We need to kill Jews on the basis of their race. And they go, those people aren't racists.
Look at this dumbass nigga, man. Dumbass nigga, man.
Nah, he ain't doing that.
Stupid ass niggas, man.
Uncle Tomahawks.
Get your dumb ass out of here, man.
In the condition that we in. I ain't
Man with this nigga, man.
I'm telling you, you gotta be scared of God.
What? What? Oh god. Now look, okay, here it gets better. Here it gets better. I'm gonna jump ahead for a minute. On a side note, on my way down, I just had to point this out. I like how they put, she recently got approved for permanent residency in Mexico, but she's not planning to give up her American citizenship. Gee, I wonder why. Now here's where we get, oh my god, here's where we get so woke. We get the big woke here. Some countries rolled out the welcome mat for ex-blacks, expatriates. As outrage has grown over the police killings in the US, some nations have rolled out the welcome mat for African Americans who want to escape the turmoil. Yes, you're such oppressed refugees. And some celebrities are embracing their African ties. Grammy Award-winning rapper Ludacris kicked off this year with dual citizenship from Gabon, his wife's home country, and last year, British actor Idris Elba accepted citizenship from his native father in Sierra Leone. Okay, now here it gets better. Ghana granted citizenship for more than 120 African American and Caribbeans last year. The nation's tourism minister held an event marking Floyd's death in June and used it as an opportunity to urge black people to seek refuge there. Okay, look at this. Look how woke Ghana is. Imagine you are so woke that you rather live in a country where they persecute you for being gay. You will not be charged if you attack a person on the basis of their being gay as a hate crime. And in some instances, you can openly advocating for the attacking of gay people is okay there. You can get 3 years in prison just for doing it, just for being gay. So woke. What a woke place to go. Can you imagine being so woke that you flee America because they're bigoted, racist, sexist, homophobic, that persecutes the LGBT community, and then moving to a country that actively oppresses and jails the LGBT community? Oh, God. So jumping back up the article a little bit, I had to touch on this because she says, the protesters are my heroes. They have their foot on the necks of true justice, and they are penetrating more deeply than anyone thought they could. They may kill injustice. Okay, alright, we might kill injustice. Let's see. Is it justice to go around extorting businesses that have nothing to do with you? To burn down businesses? To attack courthouses? To literally advocate for segregation, which BLM does, and saying they are fighting injustice and they will kill injustice. Anyway, I don't want this to get too long. I just had to add that last part in because that just pisses me off how delusional these people are. And it's because it is a bunch of rich kids from rich neighborhoods that haven't actually struggled, and they're going around lecturing everybody else, especially more poor people and poor white people and everybody else, how the world actually is. Anyway, thanks for hearing me out. If you want to check, I have a second channel where I talk about game things and game stuff. I'm also starting up my Twitch streams again, so I'll leave that down below if you want to check it.